Making this video will never be easy, and I will have to make it over and over again until people hear me. Makowka killed my best friend yesterday at 4 a.m. in the morning. He broke into her house and murdered her with an AR-15, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned what kind of gun he used in the last video, but he had an AR-15. He emptied that gun in her small one-bedroom apartment with her 2-month infant son in the house. I will not rest until this man gets first-degree murder. I will not stop posting about this. I will not screaming justice for Jerkera battle. He took our light. It's not easy to talk about this, bro. I'm not one to cry on camera, bro. I'm not one to cry on camera, bro. But he took someone who was very well known in our town. In our small town, bro. He took somebody that was very well known. The amount of feedback I got from so many people from our past that we grew up with, so many people from high school, seeing all their faces and all the flashbacks coming back, watching the videos of her and seeing nothing but smiles, bro. Nothing but smiles from her. I know she fought for her son when this happened. Makowka will not get away with this. He sat in front of her house for 15 minutes before he went in there and went around the building to find the fire escape. It's not easy to understand how to get to that fire escape just from sitting at the top of her balcony. It's not easy. You'd have to literally walk around to see how to get there. That was premeditated, like very. He won't be getting away with this, bro. On my life, on my soul, he will not be getting away with this, bro.
Authorities have released the identity of an Allentown woman allegedly had her life taken by her ex-boyfriend. 22-year-old Jerkera was pronounced deceased at her West Turner Street home yesterday morning. Upon completion of an autopsy, officials of Lely County Coroner's Office determined Battle passed from a gunshot wound, and the manner of passing was ruled a homicide. The incident took place yesterday at approximately 4:15 a.m. at the residence in the 700 block of West Turner Street, Allentown. According to court documents, 27-year-old Makowka, the victim's ex-boyfriend, was armed with an AR-15 when he entered Battle's apartment through a roof access door. Police state that the 22-year-old woman and her 3-month-old infant were in the bedroom when Makowka started shooting. Makowka then allegedly ran from the home, jumped in his car, and was tracked by police to Lansdowne, Delaware County, where he was later arrested. Lely County District Attorney Gavin Houlihan revealed Tuesday that there was a custody dispute between the victim and Makowka over their 3-month-old child. In addition to the coroner's office, the Allentown Police Department, the Lely County Homicides Task Force, and the Lely County District Attorney's Office are conducting this ongoing and active investigation. Makowka is scheduled for a preliminary hearing July 29th. You know, it's crazy. I just found out about this story at about 1:14 a.m. Thursday, right? July 24th. And like I said, it's a sad story. It's sad that this was all over a custody dispute. The guy obviously felt a certain type of way. He obviously did not love and care directly for the woman. And he wasn't trying to, I guess, get from his feeling, I guess, get robbed of potential money, right? Because a lot of these guys, a lot of times they'll do things like this when they feel that, you know, some type of child support or things like that is going to take place. They will take matters into their own hands before the courts even get a chance to do anything. And they're like, well, I'm just going to, you know, get this directly out the way. So I guess in his mind that he saw it, he was like, either which way it goes, I'm not going to have child support. And that's what he decided to do. He decided to take the life of a woman who buried his child because he initially just never cared. You know, I felt like I've talked about these stories so many times, And, you know, it used to get to a point where I would, you know, in a sense, have some type of, I guess you could say, empathy or compassion, whatever it is that people, whatever words that people want to sit up there and use. And again, that would fall on deaf ears. There would be other times that I would give severe critiques. And again, it would fall on deaf ears. And no matter how it is that I would decide to go about these stories, it would still fall again on deaf ears. And people would opt just to do what it is that they want to do. And if they felt angry enough or emotional enough, they would decide to flip the script and they would say that, oh, what about what this black gentleman, you know, did directly to this black woman in some far off hood somewhere and in whatever state? Why don't you, you know, talk about that? Why don't you highlight that? Why don't you highlight the things that black men do to black women every single day? Rah, 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 all that other type of good stuff. And at a point in time, I used to get mad whenever I would receive those comments. But then I realized, it dawned on me that, number one, a lot of these women out here don't care about these stories because they look at these black women here, and these are the black women, they look at these black women here as throwaways. And if it just so happens that a black woman loses her life by her preference, other black women who, again, have a preference like this, they'll be like, well, that was on you. You should have been smarter. They won't shed any type of tears. They won't, you know, put any type of bat signals. They won't go out there and talk about it. They'll be like, well, that'll be you. I'm smarter than the average bear, and what happened to you is not going to happen to me. Guess you chose, you know, the wrong preference. Try again in the next life. A lot of them have that type of thought process. And it seems that that does not really get highlighted. A lot of these black women that are in these circles, again, legitimately do not care about the lives of other black women. Even as they write directly in the comment sections over the years of me covering these stories, when they want to scapegoat or they want to try to use black men as some type of you want to talk about this, but you're trying to escape this and escape responsibility. Just say that you don't care about this black woman that lost her life by her preference, and you are, again, a black woman that is for the exact same preference. Just say that. Stop trying to, you know, always put this or portray it as if somehow, some way it's still a black man's fault or black men are still around this topic. We're not. And again, I've tried to highlight different points and different stories to hopefully wake up or educate or inform people directly out there that just because you go somewhere else doesn't mean that you're not going to suffer some type of consequences. And then the last option that I just so happen to see, where people don't want to try to, I'm not going to pick either side, just men in general are dangerous. Jesus. Like I said, people want to just skate everywhere. And this is why I've highlighted the fact that even when women are with other women and being in those relationships, the cases of DV are extraordinary. It is crazy. And again, that was an eye-opener for me because I didn't initially think that things like that would exactly take place, but I had to go into the recesses of my brain and realize that I've been able to hear whispers and or incidences of things like this happening to people that I know within proximity, and these, you know, are women. And I'm like, wow, I'm like, y'all actually go through that? I'm like, that's crazy. I could have sworn, because again, the way that this is taught is that primarily you will have men commit these types of acts. And in a sense, women would be much safer around other women because in theory, women are women. Women care about other women. Women acknowledge and know other women. Women value and respect and love other women. But again, the statistics, they just don't lie. It's just the fact that a lot of people don't want to cover those statistics. So again, the main point of this whole thing, like I said, it's sad. The main victim in this whole situation is the child. This child is not going to have either parent. Child is not going to have either parent. I don't know what conversations Miss Battle had directly with, Mr. Allen. I don't know what was taking place. I don't know what happened. Realistically, she should not have had a child directly with this dude. She more than likely knew she saw some red flags. There were some warning signs there, because there's always warning signs. But usually when it deals with people having a preference or, you know, whatever it is that people want to call it, people will ignore glaring red signs. And it's crazy to me. It is drastically insane. And in too many stories that I've covered like this, the police will state that there are warning signs. The friends of the women will state that there was warning signs. The families will state that there was warning signs. If the children are old enough, they will also state that there was warning signs. Everybody else will see these things except for the person that is initially there. Either they're oblivious or they're ignorant or both. Again, it's not an excuse, because you should care about your life enough. And especially if you got a child, you have no excuse. You should care about your life enough to preserve said life, because at the end of the day, nobody else can save you but you. And that's just being real. Nobody else can save you but you. Nobody else can love you more than you can love yourself. Nobody else can respect you more than you respect yourself. Nobody can value you more than you can value yourself. Nobody. Because if you allow other people to do that, that's just basically a filler. It's fake and it's false. And the moment in time that those people disappear, so shall everything that was within you, because you're dependent on those people to fill in the gaps of which you should have done for yourself. So again, whenever I happen to cover these stories, I have to realize that I'm dealing with a lot of lost people. There's a lot of lost individuals directly out there, and there's a lot of people out there that refuse to actually love themselves. And even with me trying to deliver, some type of message, again, it'll still fall on deaf ears, and somebody will happen to say something stupid as normal. Well, depending on if this video catches the light of day, so it's pretty much up in the air. But anyways, let me know what you guys think about this video and everything that I stated in the comment description below. And as always, peace, love, and stay tuned for the next video.